So why? I had the fortune to, I would say play him in my winner's side, but I don't know if that counted as playing. It was I watched and I learned a lot.
You learned new ways for Maple to die.
Yeah, no, I really did. I was like, man, I know you can see a purple screen that early. But no, he was fantastic. Y has such an oppressive game plan. He is so good just controlling the ground, keeping needles always stocked, and utilizing every tool in his kit to never let you feel safe. You think for a moment there's an opening, and he just shuts it down. And you gotta wonder every now and then, like, was there an option there? Like, he really had me on the ropes that whole time.
Yeah, like, Y was a player that, like, really suddenly exploded in the offline scene, and pretty much everyone from the beginning described his playstyle as that, right? Like, it's simultaneously a lot is happening, but there's clearly intent between all the button presses, right?
Yeah, it's not just pushing buttons. They all have that narrows to cover space, you know? That being said, he's fighting against our version of that. So, Noah is, he will push a lot of buttons, and they will all be very strong or very hard to punish. So it really is kind of a battle of a similar idea.
I am curious because I feel like you know much better than me. Does like Dinos have a lot of particular like Ranno experience or like?
Not really. He fights Derai pretty often online, just friendlies. So he has experience versus some pretty good Rannos. But Y and Derai play so different from each other that I don't know. It's just really hard to compare them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I think not fighting Y means you haven't fought Y, right? Like
yeah.
So he's not going to go completely blind, but wow, that killed. All right, back to the drawing board. We're nerfing it again.
That's sweet hit, man. I like, especially on the back hit. What is up with that? Like,
the amount of times I've been anti-aired by down strong. Single tears. Oh, I realized he's using arcade Clairen. Gorgeous skin. I love the arcade skins, especially this one, the way it changes color.
The little mini games that they play, right? Like this one being ping pong and stuff. So cool.
Ooh, and never see why use of needles just being so good in his option coverage.
Yeah, I liked covering the potential of like the second swing or not just by putting tongue out there, right? A disjoint to like challenge that move.
A disjoint to challenge all disjoints, truly. A little committal though if you miss.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, so you can see Noah went for an anti-air for like an up tilt or something in anticipation. Y's already kind of gotten into the headspace, into Noah's head, to the point where he feels the need to push buttons preemptively.
And I mean, that second stock got cleaned up so fast by Y, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching Noah throw out a lot of buttons, just kind of maybe like not necessarily fearful, but just in anticipation, and Y is just not getting hit by a lot of them. I think that's how he's getting in a lot of the time. Ooh, okay. Oh, that was a very fortunate whiff for Dinos. Oh, goodness.
Down to the wire for the first game.
And I like that little moment. There was a moment there with Noah under that middle plat where he just did nothing for a bit and watched what Y did.
I mean, Y returned the favor too, right? When Y pops like Noah up there, like also just watching and seeing what the landing options are. Because again, this is the beginning of a 5-game set, right?
Exactly. And seeing that patience from both sides in this first game even shows what we're going to have to look forward to. They're studying each other. They're definitely going to, wow.
Oh, okay.
But
so it turns out that the uppy can still work fine to there.
That's the thing, right? You're like, okay, Clairen's going to land now, right? And then 3 uppies later, they finally land. That can catch you off guard. It's kind of a big move. Ooh.
There we go. Got the
so
scoop.
Clean. Very solid stock there. And why? Taking the first game, that game looked like it could go either way by the end of it, so...
Oh, yeah.
This could be a good set.
It just kind of feels right now that, like, Y has an easier job, is doing a better job, I should say, of keeping, like, plastic dinos off stage. Just that little bit extra longer, right, getting that greater value of the punish game. It just feels like Dinos is just really struggling to touch ground once he's actually lifted off. And
also, I'm noticing Y's ability to maneuver around Dinos just really good. Like, he's just skimming these hurt boxes. If it was a Toho game, he'd be getting a ton of bonus points. And it's kind of crazy. All right, well, it's the chance for Noah to get a good edge guard going.
Can't reach the bubble. Oh,
ooh, okay.
Looking for something a little spicy there. Oh! Oh,
my
the charge on it, too. Dinos cleaning up that stock only at 29%.
That is someone who has a lot of experience with Clairen. A backwards hit him there, tippering him there. That's kind of cool. Thinks he's Crag now, huh? Backwards there. Learned that one from Dunk.
Good wait by Y.
And this is where we see Y like excelling. He loves these little platform games near ledge. His movement on these platforms.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't have picked a better time to point it out. Y like is listening in like, I got you guys.
Coach Zora out here. You should maybe make a Metafy.
Hey, you know, it is a great time to do it. Metafy is doing a pretty fantastic job right now.
Yeah, 15% off of any lesson, guys. Metafy 15.
Ooh, wow. Jab, turn around, that's strong. All right. All right. Oh, goodness. His punish scan is very good. Oh, goodness.
That's, yeah.
I heard someone in the audience say Dinos is a scumbag with power. And you know what? I like that. I'm going to remember that for my own weeklies.
For your own uses. That's going to make his rounds Arizona, won't it?
Oh, absolutely. Give it a week. Wow, I love that little down tilt to kind of carry him there. That's cool. Ooh.
I love the tiniest fade back by Y to get around the landing aerial.
He's just moving around all these hitboxes so well. And that has worked once, and Dinos has just beaten it each other time. And I think it's because of the way he's doing the upbeats now. He's having the second swing just barely push him over, so it's just mostly just a big disjointed hitbox hitting Y.
Yeah, just hitting like the frog's chin there.
Wait.
Oh, the bubble drifts. 119% though for Y. That's the thing, like, if Y takes this stock, there's still a whole nother stock that needs to be played perfectly. That assumes he gets the chance.
Yeah, Dino's just, catch him with tipper fair up strong and says, we'll go next. That game one was so swingy back and forth. It really was them filling each other out. Game two, Dinos came out swinging, but he really did not let Y breathe. And I think that's funny because I was just describing how that's basically what Y does. Is he doesn't let you breathe. He doesn't give you time to think. He uses his needles and hitboxes to pressure you. And Noah said, pressure this, and then jumped at him basically. Not an immense amount of tact in it, but it works really well.
I remember, what was it, Heatwave 4, where Dinos bet it all on like a dash attack against Zaro, right? Like, last hit is just, ever since then I'm like, Dinos is willing to just suddenly put it all on the line. Like,
absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a, game 5 last stock desperation. It could be a game 1 first stock in neutral. Y is doing great on this. And I'm not surprised. This is a good counter pick for Y. I think this is one of Noah's least favorites. That was clean. It's just so hard to tell when Y is going to be on the platform with you or on the ground, going where the DAC is. And,
gets the tech, and yeah, that top platform there, providing the shelter that Y needed.
So good. He's using them so well, too. He's retreating to those platforms and just getting so much distance.
It's because it's interesting, like, for Y, the platforms like help him disengage and build space. Whenever Dinos is up there, it's like he's stuck in like a tar pit or something, and like Y's up there kicking him.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. You're absolutely right. And I find that funny because in Arizona, he probably uses platforms the most. Y is just on such a different level with his platform movement. It really does to show.
And I feel like that's part of like the strength of Ranno as a character too, right? Like the fast fall speed and like the fast ground movement means that like having that ground in the air means that Ranno can actually move horizontally really quickly there, as opposed to like in other situations.
Whereas if he's just full hopping and trying to glide towards you, he's not getting anywhere quick.
It's like slow motion.
God, but then you see movement like that, and he goes, air? Oh, you mean the weird little in-between when I'm wave landing, right? This movement on these platforms is just immaculate.
Ooh, I like that like Y wasn't quite sure and just wanted to see what Dinos was going to do out of that like recovery, right?
It's good. A little bit of patience. Y definitely has a good bit of patience when he's playing. He's suffocating, but he's doing it in a way, he's not just constantly pushing buttons. No, far from it. He's watching you, and he's looking to see what you fall for, what works on you.
There's Dinos' first stock, but honestly, Y is doing so good
it's
on this game.
They're like that far behind. Like 62% isn't insane, but man, Y has made it so impossible to get a hit.
Ooh, we're saying.
But if you do get a hit,
Yeah, right now it looks like Dinos is starting some bullying. They're catching the dive kick and getting a beautiful
God.
tipper up strong.
he's a cheater.
He's a cheater.
The only answer, honestly.
I love the the validation you must get from that, right? It's like, it's not just Arizona that thinks that. Everybody thinks that.
Like, he has to be, right? Like, there's no other way.
This character's not supposed to be good. There's a whole propaganda poster in the ads that pros have paid for. Why? Gonna go ahead and take that.
That game was so Y dominant, and then for a brief moment, Dinos tricked me into thinking he was going to win that game. And Y just not having any of it. Oh, goodness. But now Y is up a game. And that means this could be winner's side game for Noah. This pick's going to be really important.
Yeah, it's down to game 5. So we have Y putting out the bans, right?
Oh,
so,
FD and Troupple. Oh, okay.
Endless Abyss makes sense. I know Troupple, Clairen can really enjoy.
Yeah. He loves his Tower of Heaven. It's become one of his favorite stages. I don't know if it is his favorite right now.
I mean, it's Merchant, right? Surely it's everyone's favorite.
I don't think so, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of those weirdos who prefers Tower of Merchant.
Okay.
Imagine that. Is there like a Merchant every game? I don't know. It's weird. People were banning it while I was here.
They just look at the state flag of your player registration. And
but no, he really does love the stage. But I'll be honest with you. When I look at Y, I don't think I want to take him to a stage where he has a lot of platforms to move on. Because I really don't want him having a lot of platforms to move on. So I don't know. It's gonna be tricky. But he's holding his own. He just needs to get, with how explosive his punish is, if he gets one good hit, he might just convert it into a stock anyway.
Yeah, that is the Dinos factor essentially. Oh,
and,
my God!
The only explanation, right? So why having none of that, snapping back immediately with the stock,
correcting the flaw in the rule set. Yeah,
there is truly no safe percent versus this player. And Y can have a good 50-60% lead and be making it really hard to get that hit on him. But if that hit happens, Dinos is so thirsty to just take the stock.
Oh, just goes for a grab.
Ooh, okay. A little bit of pressure. Oh, I love this movement, that little needle reverse. And,
also, they drop through up air, right? And then
so
you can
good.
confirm off it if it connected. Yeah.
That nair was interesting. That back air.
That angle scared me.
I'll be honest, he was holding out a little more than I expected. It was so clean.
Because I don't think Wise really just ran up and F stronger, right? We've seen a bunch of tongue attempts, and this time it's
he's been so patient with all of it that you wouldn't expect him to just blow you up for it.
Well, I mean, it's partly now that Dinos has essentially been conditioned to play around that edge guard. Oh, just kept drifting out, and Y takes
you
it.
Think you can get away from me?
Wow.
You're just going in a blast zone? You think that's enough to stop me? Oh, no.
The chase never ends. So Dinos is going to go down to losers' quarters.
I'm looking to see who we would fight. I'm waiting to see when it updates.